Hi, everybody. I'm here today with my friend Julie Schumer, and it's the end of March. So we wanted to catch up with each other to see how the past month has gone. So, Julie, how are you doing?
I think I'm doing pretty reasonably well. For the first time in a long time, I decided to set more realistic expectations of what I could accomplish well in a month. Ordinarily, I'm an overachiever and put too many things on my plate, and then I'm frustrated when I can't get them all done.
Yeah.
So this month, I decided to maybe take a little step back and be more realistic about my capabilities in a given month. And one of the best things I did finally, and I've been procrastinating this for a long time, is to put together a really nice gallery packet with a catalog of my work and various other printouts to submit to a few galleries that I've chosen that I want this body of work, to be seen by.
Oh,
Um,
that's great.
and yeah, it is a lot of work to do it. It
Yeah.
took me a long time to kind of dial down on what I wanted in the catalog. I rewrote my bio and artist statement for the umpteenth time. uh, you know, and then just getting it all together, it does take a while. And so you have to be realistic about how much time that takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had to come up with a series of six little 12 by 12s for a show in May. And I was asked to do something that I really didn't want to do, both on size and subject matter, had to be a combination of abstract and figurative. And
Wow.
I wound up doing eight instead of the six, so they can pick the six that they like the best. But I think she's going to take all eight to have some spares on hand. But
Yeah.
I actually spent way too much time on that. But at the end of the day, I have these eight little paintings that I can see would be wonderful to blow them up bigger.
Yeah. They're kind of
Little
like
studies
studies. Yeah.
for the
Little
future.
studies. Yeah.
So it was actually in the end of the day, time well spent. You know, I don't resent it anymore like I did when I started the project. And it's hard to get yourself to move forward when you're asked to do something that you don't really want to do.
Yeah.
There's this
Yeah.
whole procrastination thing that happens. But I don't know. I guess all the years I was a lawyer and had all these deadlines and had to do things I didn't want to do, I
Mhm.
just let that kick into gear and just did it. And my month was cut up by a week's service of jury duty on a criminal case, which was 5 days out of the month, 5 work days out of the month.
Wow. So how did you get picked when you were a criminal defense attorney?
Well, you know what? I don't know. All I can say is that both the defense counsel and the prosecutor obviously did not read the jury questionnaires, and they didn't. So
That's
there you have it.
yeah, that's a
What
little
about you?
that's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
so I wanted to tell people the end of the story from last month. There
Yeah.
was a buyer, I'll say, I don't know, collector is the right term, who went to a friend of mine's studio and had a printout of my work and showed it to my friend and said, can you do something like this? And my friend recognized that it was me. And she said, I think that's Kat Tesla's work. I'm going to call her and get the two of you together. So this woman came to my studio, and it turns out I knew exactly who she was. I had met her a couple of times at shows I've done in Florida over the past few months. And so I was kind of like, really, like, it's you? And she was oblivious, just oblivious. She really didn't understand that she had done anything wrong. She was as nice as could be. um so what happened was I had a few giclées that I had, their test giclées. I was just testing to see how a couple of things might print if I wanted to do that. And she liked one of them.
Great.
So she bought one, and that, kept her under her, she wanted a kind of a larger size work for under $2,000. And, she was thrilled. I mean, thrilled. And super thankful, and everything went well, but it was just kind of bizarre because she didn't care that it wasn't an original. She really likes my work. She was very happy to have my work, but I feel like it's kind of it's a test Giclée. So,
Well,
you know, it just kind of felt weird.
but you know what, Kat? You wouldn't have let that out of your studio if you didn't think that it was of a high quality Giclée.
Yeah, no, no, it looks really good, but
Yeah.
it's still, it felt a little weird, but she was so happy, and she, had a specific budget, so it all worked out. But my month of March has been really, really busy. And so, almost too busy. So I realized that, everything in my month, I did, nobody did it to me. So, I juried into shows and did the shows. I got a large commission I said yes to. And
Mhm.
so I have created this chaotic schedule for myself. And I realized that I'm a person who thrives on positive stress. But what I've been doing through the month is I keep reminding myself, I've done this and I don't need to freak out.
Right.
And then I need to think about, like, well, why did I do it? And what are the parts I like and what are the parts I don't like? So I've been kind of, I guess, checking my satisfaction level, like what really lights my fire and what just totally bums me out and is no fun at all. And I'm figuring that out for myself. And the other thing, so it's been a huge learning process, and I'm getting through it, and it's been great. I think I had like one event too many.
Right.
Otherwise, it was really kind of the amount of positive stress that I like to work under.
Mhm.
So, I kind of looked at it as a learning experience about myself, rather than, freaking out and worrying about things. And it made me think about how, every business has to have momentum, and you have to think about, okay, I'm here right now, but then where do I want to be
Right.
in a month from now? Where do I want to be in 6 months from now? Where do I want to be in a year from now? And then how do you get there? And so I think about momentum as, the strength or force of a series of events that builds up. So it's a forward kind of movement, and any art practice or art business really needs to have momentum. And what happens is, when you don't have momentum, things just kind of stop. Everything gets really sluggish, and then you procrastinate even more, and then you feel like not doing anything. You
Right.
kind of it kind of goes against you. So I think that I've just been taking the pulse of, you know, momentum, generally speaking, like, what are the things that I love that would push me forward, and what are the things that hold you back? And so I've really been, taking a lot of notes, paying attention to how I'm feeling. Am I feeling like scared or stressed or worried, or am I actually kind of happily stressed,
Mhm.
working away in the studio? And so this has been kind of a month of discovery, uh, handling different tasks in the art business, as well as doing a lot of painting. Um,
Right.
but it's been interesting because I feel like I was able to kind of get outside of myself and watch myself maneuver through it, rather than go through it, freaking out all the time.
Right. Which doesn't really help get you through the process.
No, no. And I thought about, the things that hold you back, generally speaking, as an artist. And, I think some of those things are, zoning out on social media, spending too much time on social media. Comparison is a really bad one. Worry, things that, like, trying to do paintings in your head before bed is a really bad one.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to figure out, oh, if I put that pink over here, if I move that blue around, so there's a way to get through a lot when you have a lot on your plate. And I just took every day and prioritized, what's the hardest thing, and I did that first. I took three things, did the hardest thing first, and then I was able to get through the rest of every day.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did better on just getting through things one by one. And it reminded me of the author Annie Lamott in one of her books on writing, which I can't remember the name of, but she was recounting an anecdote of her younger brother had to do a report on all the birds of North America. And this like 7-year-old didn't know how he was going to get through this overwhelming project. And their dad said, well, you just got to take it bird by bird. So, and that's sort of how I did the month. I
Yeah,
went bird by bird.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and it
Well,
felt a lot better.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just putting that one foot in front of the other, and not really, just, I think, being focused and not worrying about what's worrying around you, or what's behind you, or maybe coming, super far in the future.
Right. Yeah.
So that concludes our first quarter. It's kind of hard to believe this year's
I know.
gone by. This is going by very quickly. So
Going by fast.
we'd
Sure.
love to hear how other artists are doing so far and how your month has been. So if you guys could comment below, we'd love to hear back from you.